Hey, YouTube family. It's Tara Nichols with the Daily Dose, and I have another very important message for you today. Today, I'd like to talk about grief. And in my experience, our Western culture, one of the things that we really don't do well is grieve. So many people that I've talked to have experienced significant loss, and they really don't know how to begin communicating about their loss authentically with their friends, with their family, with their work, with their community. And so often, instead of talking about it, because no one seems to want to hear, they just hold it in. And because it's so uncomfortable, we have this general fear in our society about talking about things that make us uncomfortable. So we just don't talk about it. And the loss that we felt and the pain that we feel, unless it looks nice and pretty and we can present it in this perfect package, we tend to just hold it in. And we walk around with this unresolved grief, this ambivalent grief. And we don't really know where to begin to reconnect back to our lives and to leave that grief behind, or to carry it with us and to move through life with that grief. And we really don't know what to do with it. We'd like to just forget about it. And I think that feeds a lot of the problems that we experience in our society: substance abuse, addiction, depression, um, addiction to food, even certain shopping addictions and other things are just a need that our society has, or individuals in our society has, to process some of their deep feelings, because they don't feel like they can adequately connect with people around them about the things that are painful. So as a therapist, one of the things that I really challenge clients to do is to just begin telling their story for themselves. And that's so hard, because when we begin thinking about the things that hurt us, our brain naturally doesn't want to talk about those because it hurts. Even recalling those memories physically hurt. And so our brain tends to want to shut that out so that we don't experience that pain again. So in therapy, and even in my own life and working with people, I'll often use an essential oil in order to help soothe those deep, painful feelings. One of my favorite essential oils for dealing with grief is Gentle Baby. Gentle Baby is a beautiful oil. It smells just like a baby. It smells just like that mother-child bond. It's very soothing. It actually evokes feelings of attachment. And it's just a wonderful place to begin starting to look at those deep feelings. So for me, we use Gentle Baby in session, put a drop in our palm, just like we've talked about in the other videos, and begin cupping it. We rotate the oil. We breathe in and we begin connecting with ourselves, increasing that attachment and that bond to ourselves, to our physical experiences, to our emotional experiences, all right? And then begin soothing yourself in your pain. Instead of avoiding the pain, instead of creating a pattern of avoidance around your grief and around the things that hurt you, begin connecting to the pain, okay? And allow yourself to feel okay while pulling up these memories of loss and sadness and grief. Begin breathing in and connecting with the deep emotion. All right, as you begin connecting with your memories of grief and sadness, it's so important to call those memories and those feelings forward into your mind, instead of allowing them to sit in the back of our mind ruminating and never really being addressed, and never really being comforted, and never really being spoken into existence, into the world. Begin pulling those forward and allowing them to be, for a short period of time, in a safe and supported way, allow them to be fully present in your mind. Connect yourself to that loss and tell yourself that you have lost this person, this feeling, this thing that was extremely important to you. Maybe it's a human life. Maybe it was someone you loved. Maybe it was the hope of a relationship. Maybe it was a marriage. Maybe it was a job. Maybe it was a career path. Maybe it was, I don't know, a financial status where you were really, had poured so much into a situation, a place, a career, a person, a relationship. And now that's changed and it's no longer active in your life. You've lost that person. You feel like you've lost that love that that person brought to your life. You feel you lost those memories. You feel you've lost the mobility. You feel like you've lost the dream you had. So I want you to begin connecting with yourself in that loss. That your life has changed, and that person, that thing, that emotional connection is broken. And I want you to go to yourself in that place and begin soothing yourself. Allow yourself to fully feel your pain. You don't have to feel it forever. You're just feeling it for the moment while you're safe. So breathe in, connect with that loss, connect with the grief. And then move through the grief of the loss and connect with the memories that were behind it. The joy that you had when that person was in your life. The excitement you had when that dream was active. That fulfillment you had when you had that connection. Move through the pain and begin connecting with the positive emotions that were behind the loss. That person, their imprint on your life is never gone. Our brains have these mirroring neurons that actually absorb deep emotions and fuse and change. They rewire and they fuse in our minds. And so the fusion, the connections that were created in our existence when other people and other experiences shape us, those things never change. They're not broken. That person that was in your life is never completely gone. Allow yourself to connect with those memories behind your grief and speak them out. I had joy because that person was in my life. I had love when that person was there and part of my story. And then as you've connected with that positive emotion behind the pain, I want you to move that positive emotion from behind the pain to your present day. Shift, go through the pain, take the past experience, the past deep, painful, through the pain, past that into that past joyful experience and pull that forward into today. I will not allow that joy to die. I will not allow that hope to be lost forever. I commit to bringing the hope from my past, from this relationship, the love that I experienced, the joy, the happiness, the innocence, and keep that alive in my present day life. Now, often victims of trauma, they experience deep grief, deep, profound grief for the life that they've missed, for the trauma that occurred that caused them to have loss. And sometimes the thing we're mourning isn't the loss of another person. Sometimes it's a loss within ourselves, a loss of our own innocence, a loss of our own power. So what I'm challenging you to do is whether you've lost someone precious to you, you've lost a child or a parent or a family member or a coworker, a friend, or maybe you've lost a job or you've lost a dream that you had, or a marriage or a relationship, or maybe you've lost something inside of yourself. I want you to be very clear with yourself about your grief. I want you to get to a safe place where you can begin practicing, bringing the joy, the innocence, the love from those experiences, the ones that you felt like you've lost, and bring that through the pain into your present day. Allow that hope to live again. Allow that love to live again in today's world, in your world today. In every moment that you're alive, I want you to take what you felt that you had and bring it back to life. Don't allow not grieving, the pain and the avoidance of not actually grieving, to keep you from living. Because grief isn't something that prevents our life. Grief is something that we do in order to bring the hope that we had, the love that we had through the pain, and bring ourselves back to a place of mindfulness, a place of connection to what we had in the past, to the person that was in our life, connection to the future, connection to a higher existence, connection to our higher power. That's what grief allows us to do. And unless you're actively working through the pain and bringing that hope back to life, then you're simply avoiding. And then you're going to struggle connecting. You're going to struggle talking about it. You're going to struggle finding yourself again. You're going to feel always lost and always avoiding. So this is a very, very powerful subject. And I really want us to really consider this. We know so many people that are dealing with loss. We know so many people that are hurting. And if this message is helpful, I want you to share this with someone today. I want you to find someone that you know who's experienced significant loss, and I want you to share with them. And I want you to connect with them and allow them, maybe hold their hand as they do this, maybe walk them through it, maybe sit with them, maybe talk to them, and allow them to begin bringing their hope back to life again, bringing their dreams back to life again, bringing that person that they've lost back to life by allowing them to live in their heart and in their present day. You can use an essential oil to help guide this process. I've found that they really help creating that emotional space. They really help holding that person grounded while they're dealing with these very painful memories and these very painful experiences. And I love using the essential oils in my private practice. I do include a link in the comments or in the description so that if you want to know where I get my oils, you can easily find that. I also include a link on how to connect further. If you know someone who's dealing with significant loss and you're worried about them, please, you can share this with them. You can also reach out to them, connect them to therapeutic resources in the area. If you have any questions and you need some help with that, feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to sit down and help with you, help you get connected to some resources. I hope this video is helpful. I hope that you learned something. I hope that you seek to avoid your pain a little less. Just connect with yourself a little bit more. You don't have to go from completely avoiding pain to, oh, I'm going to deal with every pain I've ever experienced. Just every day, do a little bit, just a few minutes of connecting with yourself, a few minutes of healing, a few minutes of grounding yourself. If you just did a couple of minutes every day, you would find that you will move through so much healing just by connecting with yourself a little bit each day. Being gentle with yourself, gentle like you would with a baby, each day as you move through these deep feelings. I hope this blesses you, and have a good day. Stay mentally well.